The tea that started my journey down my tea loving journey. Yep. That's what we're talking about today, because it's Tea Together Tuesday, where we answer a prompt each week. Everybody and anybody that loves tea is welcome to answer the question or the prompt to bring us all together. And this week it is brought to you by Canadian Tea and Subbox Addict over on Instagram. She suggested Kimberley and I, who came up with Tea Together Tuesday, to use this prompt, and we are so excited. For me, I started my career and my life in the working world when I was just 17. I was freshly graduated from high school, and the people that hired me did not quite realize how young I was. Because once they asked me to fill out the documentation to start working, after they had already told me that I was going to be staying in a hotel for a couple weeks for training, then they were like, wait, after they saw my year of birth, they were like, can we put you in a hotel without a parent? I started off as an admin person, and yeah, feels like forever ago, and you know, just yesterday at the same time, of course. So during my working time, I would often be sitting there at my desk typing away and watching everybody else stop for coffee breaks or cigarette breaks. And I was like, well, I'm not smoking because that's just not who I am. And I hate, not now, but at the time, I used to despise even the smell of coffee. It used to just like, blah. So I was like, well, I really want that ritual feeling of like stopping and taking a break and taking a moment to like get away from my desk and to stop looking at the computer screen. And, you know, that's what I wanted. That's what I craved. And in walked Tetley. Tetley tea, orange pico. Yep, this is where it all started. And I was just like, I remember that like everybody growing up would have like Red Rose. That was the thing. That's like, if you're not familiar, another big tea company that makes bagged tea. And Red Rose always had the square ones. So of course I was the child that, you know, you know, out into the world on my own, and suddenly I'm allowed to make my own choices. If my mom always used Sunlight, I'm using Tide. Like, I was that kid. Like, don't you tell me what I can't do. So I thought it was super nifty when I seen Tetley, because they had round tea bags. And I was like, well, that's technology. That's modern. That's hip. This is where I'm going. So that's what I ended up. I would take one of my favorite mugs, like something like this. I love this mug as Rooster. I've had it for quite a while. And I would just plop it in, and I was like, look at that. That's like technology. Like, the round tea bag just goes right in there. Like, clearly this modern company knows what they're talking about. I would take my kettle water, and you know, I would do this. I would be like, well, there we go. Blop. And I would literally, like, that's it. I wouldn't let it steep. There would be times that I would sit there and, you know, like blob this up and down a bit to, you know, take a little bit more time and effort with my tea. And then, you know, you would do the squeeze on the side with the spoon, set that down, and you're good to go. You get yourself a good cup of orange pico Tetley. And there's something so bizarrely comforting about a cup of Tetley orange pico. The next road that I went on was that I then found Earl Grey, and I was like, huh, Not only am I modern, but I am super snazzy with my Earl Grey Tetley. And I only giggle because I was like, you know, so young and thinking that a round tea bag was like technology and modern. I don't know. Just go with me on this. That is how my tea journey actually first started. And then I would say that what really pushed me into loving tea and kind of really exploring it, of course, David's Tea really opened it up a lot for me for the, you know, different blends and loose leaves and stuff that you could get. Made it much more, you know, available to somebody living in a small town in a little province. The next thing though was my antiquing. So I started antiquing and collecting antique Ainsleys in turquoise, and I narrowed that down. And doing that, I wanted to like really understand a little bit more about tea, and I kind of like, I wanted to like relax with it and enjoy it, and yeah, it was very nice. So yeah. But I used to just drink it like this, black. Like I wouldn't add any sugar or milk or anything to it. But I mean, really, I steeped it for literally 10, 15 seconds. I mean, I eventually upped it to maybe like a minute, but this is what it was. And I mean, you could see that, I don't know, you guys might not be able to see, but I mean, it is brown. It is a nice liquor color and amber. So, making a mess. Oh, geez, you can't even go a session without singing to you guys. I want to know what started your guys' tea journey. Hit me up in the comments down below. Until next time, take care. Bye! Don't forget to subscribe, like, share this video with your friends. It really helps me out. And, you know, brings me joy. So thank you very much.